What's up, YouTube? Do you feel lucky here? Bringing you another Sun and Moon news/speculation video. Earlier today, if you haven't seen it, we did an analysis of the new trailer that dropped today, and I said I was going to do some more individual, more in-depth analysis and kind of speculation and some stuff. And this is the first one I decided to do. As you can see on the screen, a little bit of a different format for the videos. I'm just kind of recording my screen because this is, what they have released. So we're on the Pokemon website, and we're in the Pokéride section, which is kind of very interesting. So the title of this video is "Are HMs being removed from the games?" And Pokéride has given me very good reason to think this. Now, a couple different things. So now it says, just a little thing, the website doesn't have too much information. So basically, the land, the sea, the sky, with a power Pokemon, you can go anywhere. So now, okay, cool. Now, move forward with Pokéride. One aspect of culture in the Alola region is something known as Pokéride, in which certain Pokemon help people get to places they wouldn't be able to reach by using human strength alone. These Pokemon don't join your team, but you can call on them anytime to receive their help. This practice is typical way of life of Alola, where humans and Pokemon are closely bound together. So, what I think this means is basically that instead of having to teach your Pokemon on your team HM moves, so instead of having to teach my Sharpedo on my team HM moves, like a surf, you call upon this Sharpedo and it will come and you can surf on it, and you don't have to teach that move to anyone on your team. Not that surf's a bad move, but other moves like cut or even sometimes fly or other, they're just kind of irritating. It's more of a hindrance than it is benefit. It's just almost a space taken up. And and if you want to have a certain kind of team, you have to have a certain type of Pokemon on your team to have that move. So to me, it kind of seems like they're removing HMs and replacing it with this Pokéride system. This Pokéride system is going to be the new HM system. So basically, what I'm speculating is basically as you go through your journey, you'll gain access to more Pokemon to do certain things. So obviously, like, after you go through the certain beginning, you'll gain access to a Pokemon that allows you to cut down trees, or that helps you break through trees. Like they just show Tauros that helps you break rocks. Like that might be an early one. So you get Tauros and he can smash rocks. You can ride on him and smash rocks for you. So that's very likely. So now, before we go on to the other page, we can go through a little gallery to have here. So that obviously here's the picture of you riding on a Charizard. Here's the one of you riding on Sharpedo, like surfing. And this one's on the Clydesdale, why can't I think of his name? I don't know, the Clydesdale, the horse Pokemon. And then there's, you want a Stoutland. And then back, so there's not too many things on this website for Pokéride yet. But, of course, Serebii has us covered with a little bit more in depth with some Pokéride. So basically, on Serebii it says Pokéride. In the alert, you have the ability to call various Pokemon in order to use their abilities. You achieve something you may not be able to do. This includes riding Pokemon in water, smashing rocks, and more. Once you gain the ability, you can call on these Pokemon at any time. However, these Pokemon cannot be added to your party. So basically, as it sounds, so once you gain the ability, you can call them at any time. So just once you gain the HM, you have the badge to use it. Once you gain it, you can use it at any time you want, as long as you have it. So now it breaks down the Pokemon that they know so far. I don't think this is all the Pokemon they know for a fact, but it's the ones that they know what they do. So Charizard, area sky, ability to fly. So Charizard, it flies you around. Lapras, water, surfs on the water. So just typical Lapras that surfs. I mean, it's basically the sprite for surfing since Gen 1. So there's that. I mean, I shouldn't say Gen 1, but since early on, Lapras was kind of always the surf one. And then Mudsdale, land, can walk on rocky terrain. So that one kind of jumps back to X and Y. I believe it was, I know Mamoswine was you go through the snow, and then there was, what was the other one that you rode on in X and Y that lets you kind of go over the rocks? I remember that being a thing. So there's that. So that kind of goes the same thing. So it's kind of expanded on that idea. So there's different terrain you can go over now, and it's also so like this is almost to me like rocky climb maybe. Rock climb, something like that. Then obviously Sharpedo surfs fast and crash into rocks, and the ability to jump. That one's a little more interesting. So this one kind of screams, okay, yes, you can surf on Sharpedo. So there's also maybe rocks in the water, so you get the rock smash in water now. And ability to jump, jump over obstacles, and maybe that even kind of insinuates go up waterfalls. You can go up the waterfall, jump up the waterfall maybe. So that's another one. And then Stoutland can sniff and find hidden items. So almost Stalin almost sounds, instead of having an item finder, you can call on Stalin, and Stalin is now your item finder, that's an interesting concept too. That's pretty cool. And then Tauros, land can smash and break blocks. So basically either A, strength, or rock smash, both, maybe both, give or take both. So you can rock smash or break through things. So there's that too. So yeah, in all honesty, I think basically that my speculation, this is my speculation. I mean, this is obviously, I'm giving some facts, but I'm also speculating that they're kind of where they're going with this. Instead of having to use HMs for these things, you'll be able to use these Pokemon. Now, I don't think the moves for the HMs are going to go away necessarily, so like, I don't think they're going to get rid of moves, especially like Surf and Waterfall, because they're such competitively viable moves. Like, I think they'll keep them, but there'll be more, instead of HMs, there'll be TMs that you can just teach your Pokemon. You'll be able to teach your Pokemon Surf. You'll be able to teach your Pokemon Waterfall to have those attacks if you want them. And obviously, like Rock Smash, Cut, and all those other moves. Yes, they'll be in the games. Which actually, that isn't such a far stretch, because there's certain games where Rock Smash is a TM, and certain games where Rock Smash is an HM. So it'd be the same thing, but for all the HMs that have been in Breedfield, they're all going to be TMs now. So that's kind of where I think they're going to go with this. And instead of having to teach a Pokemon an HM move that you can't delete ever, you're going to just be able to teach that move as a TM, and then you'll be able to call upon these Pokemon to use as HMs instead. So you won't have to have an HM slave or hinder your Pokemon by having an HM move. So you won't have to have a fighting type with a 30 damage Rock Smash on it. You can now have all your strong fighting moves on it instead of having to be stuck with that just one, which is really cool. I'm really glad I'm really hoping that's what they're doing. I'm really hoping that's where they're leaning, that this is what this is. And I'm really excited, but I'd really like to hear your guys' opinion on this. Do you think that they're getting rid of HMs? Do you think they're gonna, or do you think this is just some sort of funky mechanic that they're having in the game to get through certain areas? Or do you think this is the replacement for HMs? I'd like to know. Let me know your comments down below. Also, I'd love for you to like the video if you did like it, dislike it if you disagree, or if you don't like the video, or anything like that. If you don't like me. But either way, but subscribe to the channel for more Sun and Moon news and speculation. I got a bunch. Should have some more coming today, or the rest of the time today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I don't want to shove it all in one day. I'll figure that out. But either way, I'm gonna get out of here. But before I do, remember, stay lucky.